Hello, welcome Unix fam and community. Thank you all for coming and joining myself today. It's going to be a bit of a lonely one today. It's just myself, but hopefully that's all good because it's been a while since I've come on to say hi to everyone. Um, yeah, just want to give a shout out to everyone who's coming through. I know that there's a bit of a delay and having the last community AMA as well as the timing. So we've made a few changes to try to make this AMA a bit more earlier for us, since most of the time we have a lot of calls to the back end of the day. For myself, right now it's 8 p.m. in Australia or Sydney time, um, and the regular AMA is usually going at like my 11 to midnight sometimes. So it's not ideal, but I am here today because we got a few exciting things to share. First off, if anyone's at Korea Blockchain Week, please hit up Simon and Stephen. So, as you all know, Simon, our chief BDO, and Stephen, our head of product and community. So, that's a super cool event from what I've heard. I haven't seen too much from it. I just know that they were at a hacker event for. If you go on our Twitter, you can all see it and what's going on there. So I know that a lot of the community have hit me up to see if they've gone. A lot of our partners have gone, um, as well as let us know that they'll be meeting up with Sai and Stephen while they're there. And the other one was there's another event coming up in Singapore, as well as the Sparks event in by Fireblocks in Barcelona, I think it is. So there's a few events coming up this year. I know one of the questions I have here was, are we attending any other events? I know Permissions was a big one, and we will be there again next year. For this year, we're not going to have any booths, just letting you know. Our team's just going to come and say hi, and there'll be the attendees this time. So if you guys get the chance, come meet the Unix team, come shake their hand, find out what's happening, and I'm sure that they can show you a little bit of a sneak peek and some alpha if you do get the chance to. So that's one thing. I also want to let everyone know that there will be a change in AMAs. Some big updates coming with. I mean, you've already seen some things happen. Some things are trickling down um, into Telegram. You've probably seen a new logo, maybe, and all of this is just to spark some imagination about what's going on in the background here. I know a lot of people have said, the Unix logo is that all, but no, the new style, the way that it's been designed, it means a lot more than that. I'm sure you could see that our original Unix gaming logo, which you probably could see, hold on, it's here. I'm new to this streaming thing. Obviously, I don't go on YouTube enough, but it's heaps of colors, really exciting, and you've probably seen that logo. That's always going to be that logo is always going to be our OG logo, and it's actually up in office, so that's up there now. I think they'll probably share. If anyone saw the team when I was in Bali, I've just come back. So what if you had the chance to see like the photo of the team there, holding up the logo? It almost looked like it was photoshopped in, but I swear to you, that is the logo that's in the office now. It's really cool. Um, so apart from that, the community AMAs, we will be moving it to about once a month, and it will probably be most likely mid-month that we want to do it now. So how we're timing everything, as well as the people on. Obviously, we want to make time to get the right people on, as well as have these community AMAs um, where we can actually show some of the milestones that we're going for. Instead of showing everything like once a week, there's not too much that can change in between those times, just because we're all working across the globe. But we do want to show really like some tangible steps that have been taken. And the painful thing is that we want in the past, and you could almost say like where we have kind of maybe some good lessons that we've learned from, is that in the past we've always either shown you as the community something that um, we might we shouldn't have shown at that time, because it gives up a lot of a lot of things that we're trying to build. And doing things this way, I mean, there's a reason why big successful companies always do a small rollout or a sneak peek, or they just don't say anything until it comes out. And questions always come out around what products that you're building. And because we've gone from that to now um, really trying to keep things like hush hush until we're building, like we are building in the background. I can't express enough. I know that in the Telegram chat there's a lot of some negative energy, negative vibes, negative comments and things, but this is the name of the game. And there's a lot of people who are hurting right now. I can't deny that. But I'd probably like to express that us as the team have the most, I would say, besides some of the big holders there, we do have the most skin in this game. And no one wants to see this project succeed more than we do, honestly. Um, I mean, it's one thing to express our vision and our passion for gaming, but uh, this is our company. And we, for us, people who, they know who the founders are, they know who the people in the beginning are. So there's a lot riding on this for us uh, as a crypto project and people within this space. So I guess I just want to express for everyone that has any doubts out there, like we are doing our very best to get this up and running. Um, and again, if I could show you some of the things that we've been working on in the background, it just be short-term motivation for you guys. And what I want and what we want is, long-term supporters of the project. And hopefully, what we're doing is something different to before. We're going to bring it to the table once it is ready. And you'll see sneak peeks and things like this. You might see a logo change, and you might see, um, little screenshots of photos of things. But really, we don't want to unveil this too soon. Why? Because look, since the beginning, we were building a marketplace. Um, we were building a launchpad. We had all of this in our roadmap from the beginning, and you probably have seen some of our competitors building similar products, moving in a similar way, um, and a lot of them have a lot more resources than us. So we have to be strategic and smart now, in my opinion. We have to be strategic, smart, and really think about each of the moves that we're making. It's especially in this market where everyone is building and everyone's trying to see, what's the next thing that they can do to make their token better, make their product better, whatever it is. Um, you, uh, the best move that we can make is just heads down, do what we need to do internally. Of course, have these calls with you guys in the community, but not reveal too much, especially when this thing goes live and goes onto YouTube and everything. But at that point in time, when we release something that's great, when we release this thing that we're creating right now, there'll be so much content coming out. There's going to be there'll be probably so much content. Hopefully, it's not too much, but there'll be so much information, press releases, campaigns. We want to blow it up on all these paid advertising channels. Who knows? Even like you guys in the community will get a call from our sales team at that point in time. I don't know, but that's what we're building on. That's what we're working on right now, and I hope that um, all of you in the community can actually give us feedback on it, because the feedback loop for this, what we've decided, is probably going to be the most crucial part of launching this product. Why? Because just being a marketplace without the feedback from you guys about how to improve it, how to improve the user experience, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to end up like the rest of the marketplaces. But what we want is any feedback, any critical feedback on the features, the usability, the user experience. what can we do to improve it and make it more just a better product overall. So even from the logo, um, send us a message. If you don't like it, do you like it? Do you not like it? When the site comes out, do you like the way that it flows? Do you like the way that it's presented? Do you like the way that projects are presented on the platform? All of these things we want to get your feedback on, and that's going to be a very heavy focus of us in the community, at least, where these sorts of channels, the YouTube, the Twitter, that's us giving you guys information. But really, if you guys can come into our community, whether it be a Discord or some other community platform, and give us feedback, that's where we want that feedback loop to happen, and it will happen a lot quicker that way. I mean, yes, you can send us a DM into our YouTube channel or our Twitter, but really come up, be a part of that community, build it up, bringing more users into the space, people who have never been into Web3 before, bring them in, bringing the talent, the artists, the developers, whoever it is, bring them in there, and this is how we're going to grow all of this together. So yeah, I will just answer some of these questions because I know that there's again, it's just me, so I hope it's okay. We're going to go into this one a little bit here. All right, so I have that question again. What is the next event that Unix will participate / visit? So right now, Korea Blockchain Week. That's where Simon and Stephen are. The next one will be either Singapore or the one in Barcelona, which is the Fireblocks Sparks events. And we've been asked to speak there, but we're pretty heavy on building this marketplace and getting it out. My time that I just came back from the Unix birthday just a couple of weeks ago, Unix 1 year, and I spent the whole week with the team in Bali, which was just optimizing the processes. Did a presentation for the whole team on what's to come with the marketplace, and hopefully we get to share that with you guys as well. And of course, have everyone here involved in spreading the word about that. I think that would be super exciting. And let me see what this is. So some questions here. So how is progress on learning platforms? Okay. So the progress on the Learn and Earn platform and the integration of it into Sandbox. So this question here, I don't know if people touched base on it before because on my screen it's not highlighted, so I'm going to assume that it hasn't been answered yet. The Learn and Earn platform we are developing on the Sandbox is going to be like within the metaverse. Now we're already working on a few projects, and of course our resources and our team is only so big to work on these projects. And our first one that we have is more of an ecosystem where you can go in and experience the Sandbox metaverse through multiple biomes / experiences, and those experiences will have like little fun games, and really you get to see what the Sandbox development kit can do. So a lot of the pieces within that metaverse are custom made, from the blocks to the items to the clothes. Like it might not sound like a lot, just because everyone's just used to seeing like Minecraft and things getting built. But when you're creating like even a tree, and every single block is different. Well, not every single block, but you have maybe 5 sets of different blocks you use to create that tree, and give it the texture, give it the feel, make it look realistic with shading and all these things. It does take some time to put like something like that together, and the team are working hard behind that. The other one is so there's that multiple biome experience. And then there's also an experience which is the Learn and Earn castle type experience, which will get built out after. Plus there's another one that we're working on with them, but you'll probably see that within the next well, the first one they're working on now is a 12-month project, and then we'll probably work on the education one after, which could be another 12 months, just depending on how that goes. I can't give any real definite dates here, but one thing that we have to remember is like games take time. I don't know how many gamers are in the community, like die-hard gamers, but a game usually comes to market over a couple of years, yeah. And if you try and rush this process, it's going to be like a really bad experience. Even games that take ages to develop, and if everyone's seen like an E3 like demo, those games are incredible. But when they come out for retail, it is a lot of them are just big letdowns. So if you think about it, if these are well-renowned studios, really good publishers with decades of experience, and they still can't deliver to a mass market of gamers, or there's something missing, then anyone that's just forcing projects to launch when they're not ready in this market, you're only going to damage Web3 gaming. I'll be completely honest, and that's not what we want to do here. We want to bring in more talent and really set a standard for what gaming could be, in terms of ownership, in terms of the experience, in terms of culture and the community. And we have the opportunity to do that. So anyone else that's invested into other projects, gaming projects, games, really give them the support, because it's not easy to create a game. It's not easy to create a strong community for a game, especially one that's, there's some sort of financial incentivization to be involved with that. So we're really changing the dynamic here. I know we've heard all these buzzwords about play to earn, play to earn, play and earn, all these things. But gaming from the beginning, and I know Mirko said it before, and the rest of the team have said it, and there's a lot of people that say that now, it's never been any of those. It was just, you play a game, you get an item, you didn't own it because the company owned it. So what are we trying to do here? You own that item, that NFT, that skin, that name tag, that whatever it is. That's what we're doing. It's just a sense of ownership for any game that you're a part of. So just keep that in mind. If you're really here for the space, then that's what a lot of us also think about where the space should go. What's the status on the app and the marketplace in the human-centered community already? Okay, so the status on the app and the marketplace, yeah, again, the marketplace itself, we can show probably something soon, as in terms of a sneak peek on our new website. But in terms of showing something on video and showing the features, what you can do, how to navigate the marketplace, that'll come in a few months. And why? Again, if anyone wants to really see if anyone really wants to see how this marketplace can work, maybe we can get on a call, but we'd have to sign things like an NDA. Sorry, out of everyone in the company, I'm the one that makes sure that things are signed, we're protected, no one can steal the IP, no one can see the ideas, because look, we have to think about business now. Business is business, and if I just go around giving away like our secret sauce, we're not going to last that long. I think anyone that understands that, knows that that's a perfectly fine commercial decision to make. And that's one thing. The app itself, we have the app, but the app is going to be more catered to a communication platform for the marketplace first. So how we've decided to move the roadmap around is that we had the launchpad that was going to come later, right? And we moved it earlier. The launchpad's been built, KYC is built in, Solana Rails been built in. Games just don't want to launch, and that's okay. Again, we're thinking about the longevity of the space. We don't want to just kill every single game that comes into the market. They try and have an IDO and they get zero exposure. Well, what's that going to do for the rest of the projects here? Now, going back to the marketplace needs to come out first, and when that's up and running, we will launch an app for the marketplace. Makes sense. The app itself you'll be able to use on your phone, and there will be a communication tool within it. However, we've also had some advice that this is a feature we should roll out later. Why? Because as much as you want to change all the communication platforms out there and make things simpler, there's WhatsApp, there's Discord, there's so many other communication platforms, Telegram, obviously, but we having our own communication platform in the marketplace might not be the right move at the moment. So it might be a feature that will be coming later. Now, another one is, how's the new NFT collection? Okay, so there's the NFT collections that you want to release will come out with the release of our marketplace. We're putting everything behind the launch of this marketplace to give it the best launch, and there'll be more information on there about which chains you'll find these collections on. I guess the other thing I can say is these collections will only be available to mint on the marketplace, and whoever does currently have hold Unix tokens, and we can mention the tier later, you will also get access to these for being early stage supporters. So yeah, that's maybe just a little bit on that. Can't say too much else about what we plan to roll out, but there'll be how the marketplace will work, I guess you could say, is anyone that holds some of the tokens, there will be an added utility within there, whether that be early whitelist spots for projects, possibly like other things that have to do with the launch of the products. I'm not going to say too much. I think everyone understands whenever I come onto this call, it's always about, I can share a little bit, but I'm not going to share everything. That's not going to happen here. And yeah, what's another one here? So that's a nicer question. With all the teams spread all over the world, can you guys tell us more about how Unix was found? Where did you get to know each other, etc.? Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of a nice question considering that Unix's birthday just happened. Funny enough, I met the guys about a little over a year ago, and it was Andrew who brought me into the conversation with Mirko, and yeah, we were all into this Axie thing when it was blowing up at the time, and we had both started our own little teams and our own people to run our communities, and we decided that what we wanted to create was this whole economy, a player-based economy around GameFi, because we were both hardcore gamers, and our dream was always to make gaming business for us, and gaming make it somehow a career for a lot of people. So not a lot of people know this about myself, but back in the day, I started something called Elite Academy, and Elite Academy when was this? This was like 2012. So roughly 10 years ago, I tried to start this esports academy. So think about the I don't know I don't know what the international one is, but in Australia we have something called the AIS, which is it's a place where you go to training. Let me just see if I got it right. This is a long time ago. Okay, yeah, so I was right. So the AIS is called the Australian Institute of Sport, and think about this place as like a sports center where you can go in and really perfect your craft, your art, and own your skills. So I wanted to create this academy where if you're a gamer and take Counter-Strike for example, you would be trained on how to move within that game so efficiently, and you'd get trained also by an AI or a coach or a mentor who was also like a really professional player in esports, and they would teach you how to look, how to move your mouse, and all these things. So they can say, okay, by the way, in this part here, you need to focus on moving your mouse like a centimeter this way, and then you would have got that, etc. Like right down to the minute details of how to play a game. And this was like a big passion of mine back then. I wanted to really, sorry about that, this sound beeping. This was a really big passion of mine to get this off the ground, because I saw the potential esports had, I saw the potential that gaming had, and it was kind of a natural progression to technology in general. And you have all these movies coming out as well around that time about like VR, AR, different experiences being part of like a very futuristic world. And so yeah, this is how I started. And then going back to how we all met, it really was around Axie and our passion for gaming. I can't say that I've ever versed Mirko in Axie before, but pretty sure if I did, I could smash him, just because I did play quite a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much how we started, and the rest, I guess, the rest is history. I mean, Andrew, everyone's met him before. He's there. Sali, Sai. Now Stephen and Tim have joined the fray recently, and of course Mark's been there from day one. And this is our team. So I really do hope to, if anyone is out there with a project or you're working on a startup yourself, just reach out. We'd love to have a chat. If you're in the whole GameFi space, and even if you're not, we always like to speak to new people. So let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Don't see anything there. And okay. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Based on the questions I see. So, look, guys, I know that's a shorter one than usual, but I wanted to keep it sweet, concise, nice, to the point, and really show you guys what's happening. So, just to summarize the whole thing, I'm going to start this as a new thing. Just to summarize everything, Simon and Stephen are in Korea Blockchain Week. Maybe I'll call this like the little Unix TLDR section. So maybe at the end of each AMA, if you can't be bothered to stay through the whole thing, then we'll do a Unix TLDR section at the end, and this is where it starts. So Simon and Stephen, they're at Korea Blockchain Week. Reach out to them, message them on Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever it may be. See if you can get in touch with them and meet up if you're there. Community AMAs will now be once a month. We've really got our heads down and building and building and building, and we want to show you guys pretty much the fruits of our labor, hopefully very soon. The new Unix logo, you've seen it. That's just a taste of what's to come. That's just a taste of how the new direction of Unix is going, and I hope that everyone gives it a thumbs up. And number 4, we have a new website coming soon, which will give a sneak peek of the marketplace, at least what it's going to look like. But remember, we aren't going to show every single bit of information yet. That's our moat that we're building for Unix to give it just the most longevity in the project, and really just to protect ourselves. But feedback, super important. Come join our community Discord, come join our community forums, our platforms, come speak to us. Hopefully when the marketplace is out, you guys can experience it. You can do your research, you can experience what the interface is like, feel the journey that it takes you on, and give your updates, give your feedback, give your criticisms back to us. We're all ears. We're always happy to listen to you all, and everyone that's been there from day one. We really appreciate you. So and that is it for now. So everyone else, thank you for joining the Unix AMA for this month, and we'll see you all next month. I'll get them to post something in the Telegram chat. But apart from that, thank you all. Bye bye.